Hello everyone, it's me, Lord Kwai Wolfie, and welcome back to my channel. Today I actually have a rant to deal with. You probably remember me mentioning I was gonna defend Zack Max in a certain online drama situation that happened. I don't know when it happened, but, basically someone, no, I'm not gonna name names, by the way, of who's hating, but, obviously someone's accusing Zack Max of being a racist and some other things I'm not going to mention as of yet, but, yeah, just keep that in mind. And I actually have some objections against the quote-unquote evidence that quote-unquote shows proof that Zack Max is a racist, so to speak. Obviously Zack Max is not a racist, because, one, he knows what skin color he is, and two, if he were to use the N-word, he'd be using it with the A and not the ER at the end. It'd be quite obvious on that. Otherwise, now, on the contrary, you would be right if you were to be using the version that you said, but wait, but the thing you're not actually, how did I put this? I'm just trying to process what I say. What you're not getting is that the evidence that you were given could have been faked. Meaning you could have been given fake evidence of Zack Max being a racist, and some other things. I don't know how to exactly put it, but, obviously, there's quote-unquote evidence that Zack Max did death threats, I believe, if I'm recalling right. Obviously, again, that'd be wrong, because Zack Max knows that it's wrong to do that. So, yeah, and before you tell me that I was manipulated, Zack Max doesn't manipulate people, unfortunately. And obviously, you probably don't know ways of manipulation. You can manipulate people normally through normal words, but there are other ways of doing it as well that I'm not going to mention, because then you're going to try doing it to Zack Max's fan base. Okay, so I'm not going to mention it, any of that, plus you have the brains to figure it out, so fuck you doing that. And then obviously there was also evidence that Zack Max mentioned, like, tracking an IP address and gonna kill someone or something like that. There's evidence of Zack Max doing such things or whatever, like, the entire track, but yeah, that's just that, but the thing is that it could have just been faked again, because I have seen, edited screenshots of dialogue before on the internet. I've been through it, so I would know whether or not evidence is faked or not. And obviously, yeah, I don't think Zack Max would have a good enough reason to manipulate or send death threats to anyone or anything like that. He wouldn't have a reason. It'd be almost as bad as me faking my own death. But, at least going by what you're saying, but what I did is more worse than what you mentioned in your evidence against Zack Max. And obviously you're just assuming that Zack Max, his real name is, I'm not gonna say it, but you'd have to find the video. I'm not gonna name the person who made it, but I'm sure Zack Max could link it, because I know for a fact that the person that hated on Zack Max made a video or a live stream showing proof of it and all that, so, I could have them link it. So yeah, Zack Max would be able to link it or something. It's just seriously pathetic that, you'd assume that Zack Max is doing something that he actually didn't. I mean, maybe some of it was faked, but not all of it. Like the entire racism thing that he did, the death threats that he did, those were all faked. I don't know if there was, I think there's also some other things I don't know, but that's just the stuff I can remember. But the evidence of Zack Max doing bad things is basically just fake. And you say that Zack Max sub-bots, he does not do that. I can definitely tell you that right now. And you can't just assume me and Zack Max are the same person, because this is a different house, and not the same house. So, plus, Zack Max and I live in 2 different areas, so obviously you won't have any proof of Zack Max. And sub-botting, you don't have any proof of anything. There's just no proof of it. I do recall there being mention of that, so luckily you have good enough memory. And it's just sort of stupid that you're just hating on Zack Max for no reason. I remember back in 2018, there was this one person I hated on Zack Max, and it was the exact same person that is now accusing Zack Max of being a bad person now. What is, and all that. So, yeah, you just wanted revenge on Zack Max being correct on every little detail. You just want to hate on him. Yeah, you're bigger than him. You're just trying to get attention, you little attention-seeking bitches. Leave Zack Max alone. He did nothing to any of you. You're just claiming it. You're taking screenshots of someone else's words, editing the screenshots, and then sending them to the person that made the video / live stream on Zack Max in the first place. You faked it. I don't need proof to back that up, because I've experienced fake screenshots before. I've experienced edited ones, basically, is what I'm saying. So, therefore, you can't really prove anything without trying to talk to Zack Max using an alt account, but I think Zack Max would have the smarts to know whether or not you're using an alt. So, yeah. I mean, I'm using an alt account on Discord because I can't log into the domain, but that's a different reason. And plus, I'm not trying to stalk anyone. So, yeah, I just join Discord servers when I need to. It's easy as that. You know, you just need to get actual confirmation from Zack Max himself. And I can guarantee you, he'll just say, no, he didn't do any of that stuff that you mentioned. And that would confirm whether or not your proof is fake or not. That would confirm it all the way. Okay, so you may want to consider that before you just hate on Zack Max for no apparent reason. Like, there's just literally no reason for you to hate on him. He did nothing to you, and obviously you're just hating on him because you're just jealous. Though some of you are probably bigger YouTubers than him at this point. No one of you are. Or, I don't know, but the rest of you. So, you know. And obviously, because of that fake evidence being spread around, some people betrayed Zack Max. I'm not gonna fall for that bait. That evidence of Zack Max being a bad person like that is just clickbait. I have no evidence to back that up, but I know for a fact that that'd be the case. I mean, think about it. It could just be a Zack Max imposter. You need to think with your heads clearly, not thinking rationally enough for like 10 minutes. Probably an hour. It took me a few months in order to solve one little mystery, but that's an entirely different story. You don't know Zack Max if you're accusing him of doing bad things, of being a racist and all that. Besides, even if he used the N-word, other than the spelling, okay, yeah, other than that entire spelling difference, he would have probably used it sarcastically and at someone else, meaning someone else took the screenshots of them, sent it to someone else, and then the specific person that made the live stream on Zack Max being a bad person was sent that fake evidence from that got passed on. So basically meaning it went from one person to another person to the person that had made the live stream. It just got spread around like butter. Okay. It's easy to tell. I can tell when someone's lying, and you're definitely lying about Zack Max being all those horrible things, and he didn't break any laws either. You have no proof of anything. You just have no proof. It's just pathetic. You're just embarrassing yourselves. And believe me, I think what you need to do is get a life, grow up, and get off the internet for like a year. Because if you're offline for a year, you'll cool down. You'll be like, alright, no drama for a year. Perfect. Nothing to do for a year. I'll just do my own thing. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Alright. You'll be fine for a year. Alright, and then obviously you'll forget all about that stuff, and then you will never do anything about it again. You'll just forget all about the drama. It's as easy as that. Even though I've been offline occasionally, but not during drama times. But that's an entirely different story, and plus I was defending my online friends, meaning I was justified when I did it. You don't have any justification to hate on Zack Max the way you did. You have no justification. You're not justified for that, okay? It'd be almost as bad as saying someone teabagged the road. Okay, it's almost as fake as that. Because, one, why would a person teabag the road? That's the question. And you know, like literally, take that question seriously for like 10 minutes. I know I use the word teabag. Usually I don't. But, hey, you got what you deserved on that one. Probably didn't expect that. Honestly, it's pathetic that you're hating on Zack Max without a proper reason. You need a good reason to hate someone. And looking through evidence, you're like, oh hey, here's a set of pictures. That's not how things work. You need to look through every single source in every single way. Like, look at every angle of the situation. Ask everyone what their perspective of the situation was thoroughly. And then you're gonna be like, alright, this is what happened, and here's the situation. Even I can tell that. Like, seriously, those of you that are hating on Zack Max are just clearly retarded and don't know what you're doing when it comes to looking through evidence. I mean, it only took me basically a month and a good few days to solve the boyfriend stealer situation I had back in 2018. You're acting childish over something that most likely didn't happen. You can't just believe everything you see on the internet. Let's take, I don't know, someone banging their head against the wall and uploading it for YouTube content. Yeah, no one would upload that. I mean, maybe someone would for doing it themselves, like if someone were to do it on their own, but if it's apparent, then no one would upload that, because, you know, that'd just be labeled child abuse. So, yeah, you can't do that. I mean, come on, use your heads, use your brain, you got one, so use it for like 10 minutes or so. I don't know how long it takes you to process evidence, but you need to check through everyone's agenda or alibi or whatever, or to just know what's going on quite thoroughly. I've seen the evidence of what you've said against Zack Max for myself, and it's all fake. It's all fake, okay? You can't be like, I opened your eyes to this. People's eyes are open all day until they fall asleep, okay? So you didn't really open someone's eyes and be like, alright, well, here's what I opened your eyes on. Because people wouldn't be doing that. And even if it means that they are going to freak out over it, it still doesn't count because it still means that their eyes are still basically open. Someone freaking out still means that the eyes are actually open. And basically meaning that when someone freaks out over something, they still had their eyes open most of the day unless they slept in and then woke up to like the sun in their face or some type of thing like that, but that's different. Unless some of it could be cartoon-like for that type of scenario, but you get my point on that. And here you are acting like 1-year-olds at this point. Yeah, I roasted you. And I actually have some good points on that one. Besides, what type of reason would Zack Max have to use the N-word on someone, do death threats to someone? Like, what type of reasons do you think he'd have? None. He has 0 reasons to do that type of stuff, okay? He has 0 reasons to do that type of stuff. And that's the truth in front of your face. Basically meaning I opened a hemisphere of your brain. In that sense. Since I know for a fact your eyes are technically open when you watch the video, you can't just look through the video and be like, I know everything about this. Okay, it just doesn't work. It does not work like that. You sons of idiots. What you're doing on Zack Max for that drama is just FUBAR. I had to use a military abbreviation because I just don't know why the fuck I did that, but you know what, whatever. FUBAR. Okay, that's what I have to say about the entire situation in a nutshell. Well, when it comes to the drama part, anyway, because Zack Max has 0 reasons to do what you said he did. He did nothing. You're probably manipulated by someone else if you're hating on Zack Max. And I don't just mean the person that made the livestream, but that person that made the livestream about Zack Max being that type of bad person. I'm not going to name names again, because I don't want to get too much hate. And if I do, I don't really give a crap, because I'm doing YouTube for the heck of it. It's just pathetic. Come on. You don't have any critical thinking skills. If you're just gonna agree with what the big YouTuber says, you should come up with your own evidence in your own things, like your own opinions. You have a free will, you have freedom of speech, so use your own part of it and talk about it. Talk about your opinions, talk about the facts that you know about the person, and see if there'd be a reason deep down in there that you could dig out. It's easy to just have your own separate opinion and such fact, okay? Even I know for a fact that Zack Max is not a bad person. He's just manipulated by a big fucking YouTuber that just appears out of thin air. Because well, I think you get the point. I'm not gonna even come up with a scenario for that one. But, you know, if you're just gonna believe in the bigger YouTubers, then why do you even bother having internet? Like, you have your own mind. You should come up with your own thing. Like, if it's an opinion or a fact, whatever. Or just come up with your own. Don't just agree with what someone else says. But seriously though, tell me what reasons Zack Max would have for doing what you said he did. He didn't. It was just photoshopped or edited or whatever. It's the same thing. Is what I'm saying. I don't see much of a difference because you're still editing a photo. Okay, so obviously there's no difference. A screenshot is just a screen captured photo, and a photo is still a photo in general. So therefore, you're still photoshopping / editing a photo. Okay, it's all the same. There's no difference. Like at all. I swear to God, you're just listening to someone that acts like a retarded idiot. And Zack Max is not that person. He's not that retarded idiot. He's actually someone with a brain. Unlike those of you that are hating on him. So, think before you speak against Zack Max, okay? Just think before you speak. That's how it works. And I don't care what insecurities you brought up or anything, because that's not my business. But the person that made the live stream definitely has some issues with his own anger. I can definitely say that. So, meaning I'd recommend getting anger management for the love of fuck. Get some help with whatever insecurities you have. It's just factual on that one. Take that seriously. And get the fucking picture and have a chill pill. Like, seriously, you don't need to hate on Zack Max for something he didn't do. I should probably just name the person I made live stream on Zack Max. It was RemixerBlogRebooted5's. Yeah, that fucker. You know, you remember that? I'm sure some of you don't know of him. But for those of you that do and are agreeing with that dummy, he's incorrect about Zack Max being a bad person. Support Zack Max. Because Zack Max is honestly better. He's a good user. He's like one of the greatest YouTubers I've seen in my life since 2018. I mean, sure, I don't comment on his videos, but, you know, it doesn't mean I don't support Zack Max, okay? It just doesn't... I don't know whether or not you comment, you just gotta enjoy the content. And, you know, it's not all about the comments. And yes, I can definitely agree that racism is a bad thing. I can still agree with that. And I definitely do. Because I'm not a racist, because I think if the contrary were to be the case, I wouldn't be on the internet. Let's just be honest. On that one, for like 10 minutes. Alright. Well, not literally 10 minutes, but I think you get the point. On that one. It's just a childish little game. I mean, it's just the internet. Take what you see and hear from the internet with a grain of salt. Alright? Because people could be messing with you, is technically what I'm saying. I just did a figure of speech in order for it to be that way, or a metaphor. I don't know. I don't know the difference. I don't really care. Just take what you see and hear from the internet with a grain of salt. I'm sure the subtitles are going to make it seem like I said assault. It's like, no, that's not what I meant. I think you could... Oh, wait, we're actually assaulting people with salt. Actually, I wouldn't mind that. But that's beside the point. And that's off topic. Obviously, whatever you claim Zack Max did is fake. It's just clearly fake. It's just frickin' photoshopped or edited. It's clear. It's quite clear. Even the smartest person in the world could have figured that out within like 10 seconds. Probably 1 second. Tops. RemixerBlogRebooted5's has an IQ of 0. Like seriously, why listen to someone that has an IQ of 0? I probably have a higher IQ than that, but I don't know. I said IQ, but what? An IQ? I don't know. I didn't get any sleep at all. Damn it. I don't have a sleeping schedule. That's a problem. Anyway. So yeah, just stop hating on Zack Max. If you were to think about it for like a few moments without looking at the evidence that was shown on that stream, the RemixerBlogRebooted5 did, then you'd be able to come up with your own opinions, your own words, and, you know, you'd be like, if he did, I want him to apologize to that person. Like, seriously, you're just doing online drama. You don't even know the person you're hating on in real life, so why even bother hating on Zack Max if you don't actually know him? Have you used your heads on that one? Probably not, because your IQ is 0. Big old 0. And wanna know what goes in that 0? The number 1. And wanna know what that makes? Yeah, I'm sure you can probably guess I made a little sexual joke. I don't really care. Or because obviously, yeah, I won't be doing live streaming on this channel anyway, so if I get a strike for that type of a joke, the live streaming part won't matter. So, on that one, big time. Yeah. He will get away with making that type of a sexual joke. I can't believe I did a sexual joke for the first time. It's actually the first time I've done one on the internet. Anyway, that's completely beside the point again, but I'm pointing that out right now. Obviously, you, Zack Max, would have no reason to just hate on those people that you're claiming he hated on. It doesn't matter what other people saw. It shouldn't matter. You shouldn't even believe in the evidence that you're sent. It could be faked. It could be faked. I'm betting 10 million cups of chocolate milk. And not in a sexual way, if you're wondering about the entire chocolate milk thing. That Zack Max is actually telling the truth about not being a bad person. If I win the bet, then you get nothing. Obviously, you won't win anything. Yeah, that's just beside the point, though. just stop hating on Zack Max. He doesn't deserve it. And obviously, I don't care what the insecurity things are. You can't believe in everything you hear on the internet, even though some things are serious for the most part. But, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. Yeah, so. Obviously, you can believe in what I say, since I actually know for a fact that Zack Max wouldn't have a justifiable reason to do what you claim he did. RemixerBlogRebooted5's, or should I say, Matt. Yeah, that's right. I memorized RemixerBlogRebooted5's real name. That's his first name, I'd say. Because Matt is more than likely a first name or a middle name. I don't know if it'd be a last name. I don't know. But either way, Matt, if that is your real name, you're just making it up. You're making up Zack Max being racist. You're making up him making death threats. You're making up the entire thing of him, of little old Zack Max, committing crimes or whatever. Making crimes, committing crimes, I don't really care. I don't care what the difference is. I don't give a crap. I don't give 2 shits about it. I give 0 shits, is what I'm saying. So, Zack Max doesn't deserve it. I don't need any evidence to back it up, because obviously it's quite obvious if Zack Max were to do it, because first of all, if Zack Max really wanted to call someone the N-word, would he do it on the internet? No. He'd do it in his head in the real world. Okay? So use your head before you... alright, this is what this person did. Here's the situation. I'm gonna show evidence. That's not how it works. You need to think about it for a few months. Maybe a year, for all I care. Yeah, a year would probably serve the RemixerBlogRebooted5 and his lackeys some good. Let's see if that helps them think better. Actually, that would be a good idea for them. Because at the very least, they're getting what they deserve. They're getting a break from the internet. They're getting what they wanted. Just take a break from the internet if you're dealing with online drama in the first place. Just ignore it. It doesn't matter what someone claimed a person did. It matters that you take a break from the internet and be like, alright, well, I'm going to think this through before sending over the evidence that you sent me. You gotta You gotta do that. Oh god, it's a simple advice. I mean, detectives solve things within a few days, per a few months, but that's an entirely different story, and, you know, that's a different setup. But when it comes to the internet, you can't really believe in everything you hear and all that, so. Just like a guy could say that, and I punched a wall 10 times. Obviously, I wouldn't do that because I wouldn't have a reason to. And all that, so. I will see you all in the next video on this channel. And it will be another rant. Yeah. Another rant. I'm going to be ranting on someone that chose to have a little temper tantrum in my most recent Minecraft livestream on my main channel. All that, so. Yeah. I'll see you all then. And so I will be signing off.